All right, y'all, we're going to jump right into the meat and potatoes of this shit. Last time I talked about how my mother grew up off of survival, not love, and how she's never really liked me probably because I was a constant reminder of the lies that she was carrying on for damn near 40 years. Okay, so anyway, I'm going through life. I don't tell my family that I feel like I had a different father. You know what? I'm lying because when I was like 11 or 12 years old, I ended up going to therapy and I told my daddy that raised me, like, I feel different. I feel like I don't belong to you. Telling him this shit again, they do nothing. So, anyway, I'm pregnant with my first son. The doctors are doing the standard run of genetic tests. My doctor calls me back and tells me I have this blood trait called beta thalassemia. Now, to my understanding, beta thalassemia is similar to sickle cell in the way where both parents have to carry the trait in order for the offspring to get the full disorder or whatever you want to call it. So I had the trait. I called my daddy who raised me because again I had never heard of this before, and I'm like, Daddy, the doctor called me, told me I had this beta thalassemia trait. Does it run in the family? Do you have it? So let me say this: growing up, my father and I were never close. He always provided financially. However, he was never really in the house. Like he would go to work before I woke up for school. He'd come home from work, leave, go right back outside. And I found out that was because he was so unhappy in the relationship that him and my mother had at the time. I distinctly remember when I was about 13 years old, them arguing. They fought and argued all the goddamn time. But anyway, this particular argument, I remember him saying, you know what, girl, the youngest, I was the youngest at that time. The youngest is on her way to high school. She about to be out the house. We don't need to carry on this charade. Like everybody could just go their separate ways. Funny thing is, a few months later, my little brother comes along, and that's a whole nother story within itself. So anyway, I call him like, yeah, I got this blood trait. My father tells me that he doesn't have the blood trait. He's never heard of it, but he's going to call his mother to see if it at least runs in the family. He calls me back and says, no, I don't have it, and my mother said it don't run in our family. So I call my mother, because mind you, one of my parents has to have this trait in order for me to have it. I call this lady, she say, no, I don't have that blood trait. No, I never heard of this blood trait, and you need to find a new doctor. All right. Okay, girl, you got it. So I call my daddy back and I tell him what my mama said. She don't got the blood trait. I need to find a new doctor. So he got quiet on the phone. It was a dead silence for maybe about 30 seconds, damn near. So I break the silence. I'm like, well, if you're not my daddy, it's somebody out there that owe us 18 years of back child support, then I'm going to split it with you. And I promise y'all, after that day, we never talked about it again. And it's funny because up until I had that doctor's appointment, or up until the doctor had called me, I had never really thought about this whole paternity thing. Like it was always in the back of my mind, obviously, but I had just kind of went on with life, living my life. So I talked to my child's father about it, and he was like, "Girl, you better go find your daddy. Like you need to know where you come from." And I still didn't do it. I really wish I would have listened to him because I know for a fact that if I would have sought out my biological father sooner, that I would not have made a lot of mistakes. I don't want to say mistakes. I would not have had to learn a lot of things the hard way that I did. And at that point of time, I really didn't want to ruffle any feathers within my family because I had stopped talking to my family really. After my mama stopped paying my tuition in college and I had to, start getting it how I lived, I had really stopped fucking with them. I only came back around because one of my sisters was getting married and I was in the wedding. And then after everybody found out I was pregnant, I mean, shit was kind of cool. And it's shit was cool. And it's gonna sound crazy again, but me always being an outsider in my family, me never feeling like I belonged with this pregnancy, I felt like I belonged. Like for the first time in my life, because so many people were surrounding me, I felt like I was a part of a family. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. A bitch just wanted to be loved at that point. Like, I'm like, okay, my sister's acting like sisters for real. My mama, my mama was still my mama, but she acting a little normal. Me and my daddy, we finally got a relationship going. We super cool. Like, it felt good until it didn't, obviously. But it felt good. And I was just trying to hold on to that moment.